Welcome to today's lesson on prepositions. In this video, we'll start with a story that highlights various prepositions and then move on to a fun and interactive exercise. The activity will help you test your understanding of prepositions by identifying which sentences use them correctly. You'll be presented with a set of sentences, each containing a preposition error, and your task will be to choose the sentence that is correctly phrased. Let's get started and enhance your skills in using prepositions accurately. If you enjoy the activity, be sure to share your thoughts in the comments.
I recently decided to move to a new apartment in the city. The process was long, but I finally arrived at the building with all my boxes. The first thing I did was place the sofa in the living room, right in front of the large window that faces towards the street. I decided to put the coffee table in the middle of the room, between the sofa and the TV stand. I like having the sofa next to the window because it allows me to enjoy the view from there. Then, I started organizing the furniture. I put the dining table under the hanging lamp in the center of the room. On the table, I placed a vase with fresh flowers and some candles for a cozy atmosphere. After that, I hung some pictures on the wall behind the table to add some color to the space. I also placed a bookshelf against the wall between the two windows. The bookshelf is now filled with my favorite books and some decorative items. My favorite chair is now in the corner by the window, where I can relax with a good book. I placed a small side table beside the chair with a lamp and a cup of tea. Finally, I arranged the bed in the bedroom near the door, and put a small nightstand beside it. Under the bed, I stored some extra boxes with things I don't need right now. I also put a few plants on the windowsills to bring some greenery into the room. Moving to a new place is always a challenge, but now everything is in its place, and I feel at home in my new apartment.
Now, it's time to practice your speaking skills. In this section, you'll repeat sentences aloud to improve your pronunciation and fluency. Repeat after each highlighted section. Ready? Let's practice together.
I recently decided to move to a new apartment in the city. The process was long, but I finally arrived at the building with all my boxes. The first thing I did was place the sofa in the living room, right in front of the large window that faces towards the street. I decided to put the coffee table in the middle of the room, between the sofa and the TV stand. I like having the sofa next to the window because it allows me to enjoy the view from there. Then, I started organizing the furniture. I put the dining table under the hanging lamp in the center of the room. On the table, I placed a vase with fresh flowers and some candles for a cozy atmosphere. After that, I hung some pictures on the wall behind the table to add some color to the space. I also placed a bookshelf against the wall between the two windows. The bookshelf is now filled with my favorite books and some decorative items. My favorite chair is now in the corner by the window, where I can relax with a good book. I placed a small side table beside the chair with a lamp and a cup of tea. Finally, I arranged the bed in the bedroom near the door, and put a small nightstand beside it. Under the bed, I stored some extra boxes with things I don't need right now. I also put a few plants on the windowsills to bring some greenery into the room. Moving to a new place is always a challenge, but now everything is in its place, and I feel at home in my new apartment.
Welcome to our Choose the Correct Sentence activity. In this segment, you'll practice by selecting the sentence that uses prepositions correctly. I'll show you 3 sentences for each example. Your job is to pick the one that is correct. Don't worry, I'll guide you through it. Ready? Let's begin. First sentence. Which one correctly describes the chair's position relative to the window? Yes. The correct sentence should be, the chair is by the window. Great job. Now, review these sentences. Which one correctly describes where the books are placed in relation to the shelf? Exactly. I placed the books on the shelf. You're doing fantastic. Let's try another one. Think carefully about this one. Which sentence correctly describes the position of the rug in relation to the table? Exactly. The sentence, she put the rug under the table, correctly uses under to indicate that the rug covers the floor beneath the table. Look at these options. Which one correctly describes the painting's position relative to the wall? Well done. The painting is on the wall, correctly uses on to indicate that the painting is attached or hanging from the wall. Take a close look at these sentences and picture a typical room and think about where curtains usually hang. Is it in front, behind, or on the window? Great job. The curtain is in front of the window is correct because in front of to describe the curtain covering or hanging before the window. Now, let's review these options. Which sentence gets it right? Exactly. The clock is hanging above the fireplace, uses above to show that the clock is placed higher up, directly over the fireplace. Here's our last one. Consider these options carefully. Correct. The vase is between the 2 lamps on the table, uses between to indicate that the vase is situated in the space separating the 2 lamps. Great job on completing today's activity. You've practiced identifying the correct use of prepositions and enhanced your speaking skills by repeating key phrases. Keep practicing to reinforce your understanding and improve your fluency. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more engaging lessons and exercises. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.